What's going on, guys? I'm Allie.
And I'm Danny.
Today we're going to talk about branding and sponsorships.
Branding and sponsorships. I think it's important to start off with. I think we talk about how, if you're just starting, if you were going to make a logo for yourself, if you were going to, from scratch, how I would or you would set it
how
up.
about this? Tell me how you started in the beginning with no knowledge and what you branded yourself as, and now we're going to go to the future to what we are now.
Okay.
So start with the branding from the beginning.
Oofa. I probably wouldn't have done it this way if I knew the knowledge I have now, but it was called the Band-Aid Man. So all the OGs, if they know me as the Band-Aid Man, they've been here for quite some time. So before I knew that I really want to jump completely into content creation and streaming and everything, I was like, I need a name, right? Like I needed a handle. And I was just sitting around. I decided to go with the Band-Aid Man because my grandma, when she used to watch me all the time because my parents were working, I would come back inside from outside and with scratches and bruises. And she used to call me Dan, the Band-Aid Man.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, that'd be cute, blah, blah, you know, something I was thinking about her. Boom. I started with the Band-Aid Man.
You were the Band-Aid Man on all platforms?
All platforms.
Okay.
Absolutely everything. So that's another thing. If you're going to start doing content creation, like make sure you got the same handle
on every
absolutely
platform.
Everything from Twitch to TikTok to Instagram, and
Twitter.
Not like the Band-Aid Man 1 on Instagram. Like you got to make sure that your handle is available everywhere.
Like I'm 90% sure we already got handles for our future kids. Like websites, we have all these domains that we
have
grabbed.
a lot of domains and stuff that we've grabbed for even ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the ideas actually happen, great. If not, it is what it is. It's the $15 out the window, but it's worth having the domain.
Yeah.
But regardless, so now I have the Band-Aid Man. I designed a logo that was not that traditional cartoon like image and like bubble letters.
To best explain it, I think it looked like a Fortnite character. No?
No. What are you talking about?
Forget it.
A Fortnite character?
I feel like you had a character and did like the Band-Aid Man over it.
No, Allie, no. That was just like the header because like Fortnite just happened to release like a medic skin, and I used that.
Yes.
But my logo, the one that's on all the t-shirts in the other room and stuff.
Okay, yes.
Was a simple letter meshed together. It was like
a T and a B.
A T and a B. It's like, yeah, the Band-Aid, and then there's an M in there sideways. Regardless, okay? So I like those type of logos. I hate this whole like cartoon character and like the bubble letters that I feel like everyone's doing now. I really don't think it's a good way of branding yourself. I think you would want to make something super clean cut and simple that a brand would want to put next to their logo, right? And that's where we came up with my current logo.
That's something that always stood out to me, that you told me you think that putting, for instance, if a brand wants to work with you, think about putting your logo next to their brand, and would it look nice or would it look corny?
Like put your logo on like a keycap, put your logo on a coaster, put your logo on stuff. It's like you got to make sure it looks good, right?
Yeah.
And you know, and for me, having these like cartoon character bubble letters like ninjas and all this, like just I don't know. For me, it's aged out, and I just don't care for it, and I don't think it looks good.
So now let's move on to the next segment. You were the Band-Aid Man, but now you're branded as Danny Bartok and Danny and Allie. Why did you decide to use your name and kind of take away privacy from yourself? Because I think that's also an important aspect, because once you put your name out there, all this information is discovered about you.
Yeah, I would agree with the information part, without a doubt. But I think it was, for me, it was deciding that I wanted to let people in and let them know that my branding, and once you start, I can go in any direction I want, right? So even if I started to gain traction on playing Fortnite at the time, when I was streaming, I think I have 2,500 hours in streaming in Fortnite. And the craziest part about all of that was that once, let me think about this. Once I actually like started to gain traction, I knew by having the name Danny Bartok allowed me to go in, I keep saying this, go in different directions. So if I wanted to do like straight content, I could. If I wanted to be just gaming, I could. And it allowed me to have that. Like, imagine if I was doing tutorials or tech reviews on YouTube under the Band-Aid Man. I don't think it'd be like, who the hell is this guy called the Band-Aid Man? But if it was Danny Bartok, it was a person that can have that connection. I don't know. That's just how I thought about it personally.
Well, because brands come to us, and even though our videos might not do well sometimes, but they want our face on something, and they want Danny and Allie.
Yeah.
So they're taking our face and putting it with the brand. But also
more than that, though, Allie. When the brands come to us, it's not about our face. At the end of the day, it's a numbers game for them. Right?
Sometimes, but sometimes
it's an
it isn't,
association between us and our audience, and us exposing their product in front of our audience that meets their criteria.
Okay,
right?
So then if that's the case that you're saying, then why does it matter how you brand yourself? Because if you have the audience...
Because it is the branding, right? People want to associate, like, okay, when you're talking about TikTok, people, it's a numbers game for businesses, right? They don't care. I personally don't think they care as much. It's still nice. It's something memorable. It's like, oh, look at these people. It's Danny and Allie. It's Danny Bartok. It's simple. It's just like...
So you're saying if we had a different name like the Band-Aid Man, they'd be like, what the heck is this?
I think so.
Interesting.
I think so. I don't know.
And when you're talking about branding as well, you're talking about the profile pictures that you put up. Do you think that has a big influence on how
100%.
Brands and people look at you? 100%. Instant profile picture could deter someone from
100%.
seeing your content?
100%.
100%. Give me examples.
What do you mean give me examples?
Like, what kind of logo do you see on someone's profile that you're like, okay, I'm not going to...
The cartoon character face with the things, or like, you know... It happens all the time, right? You want to come off as professional, right? At all times, no matter if it's someone just stumbling across your post or anything like that. Like, you need to come across professional, because you never know who that person is that's going to be coming across your content.
Okay.
Right? That person can change your life. That person could be associated with a brand that wants to work with you. So you got to put your best foot forward at all times, right? Like, I've run into content creators that are just starting off that have like profile pictures of, like, you know, of them making a face and all this weird stuff, and then like in their content, like between their Fortnite stuff, it's like them like slapping their buddy on the ass. It's like, you need to either go all in on the content or have a personal account for all your other stuff, but like, you need to focus purely on building your brand.
You're going to hate me right now, but I totally disagree with you, because in the past we've said that your personality is something that matters, and maybe them slapping their buddy's ass, joking around, is their personality. They're letting people in and joking
like
around.
On the weekend. No.
Stop.
No. Allie, branding, right? You want to be as professional as possible. Do you think HyperX would want to partner with me if I was slapping my buddy's bare ass on a profile in an Instagram post? No.
Well, that's nudity, but
that's what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Right? So then I'm like, okay, no. But we still create posts every single day about gaming or tech, and we still have ourselves in it. I don't have to show my ass crack to... You know what I mean? Like, you have to still be professional and build yourself up. Like,
so
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I was just asking. It's professional and letting people in on your life. Those could counteract each other. Professionalism and letting, because you're not professional in your everyday life.
Even when you're letting people into your life, and when you're posting, no matter what you're posting, you still have to be professional. You can't. Every post that you post needs to have that filter. It has to. But doesn't mean you can't create content that shows your personality and shows you. You just got to be careful about what you post.
So for instance,
think about who could see this.
For a while, we stopped cursing in our videos.
yes, it's probably best practice.
Yeah. And can you tell me why you think it's best
Because
practice?
it's not gonna no one's ever gonna turn you down because you don't curse. People are gonna there's brands and opportunities or people that maybe want to work with me or stream with me or whatever that might be like, oh, this guy curses all the time. I'm not gonna work with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're never gonna lose opportunities by not cursing. You're gonna lose opportunities by having a potty mouth.
Potty mouth.
It's true though, right?
I
And
know,
that
it's just funny that you said that.
came from my pops, and it's hard because sometimes frustration gets the most of me, and you're just hanging out with the guys and whatever, and things come out, and you get pissed and all that. But in reality, I'm sure guys like Nick A30 get a lot more opportunities than a guy like Ninja when he first started. Granted, right now,
Ninja curses now?
yeah, Ninja curses all the time. He doesn't care. But once he was doing that family friendly thing and all that stuff, I'm sure like the brands and stuff, I get it. And Ninja's huge. It's probably a very bad example comparing Nick A30 to Ninja. But regardless, for us personally, I think people like the rawness and just being ourselves, but we never say something really, really bad. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we curse,
Yeah.
but like it's in a joking manner, or if it's not like aggressive,
Uh-huh.
right?
And do you avoid talking about certain things that you think will harm your branding in the sense of your personal opinions and views and I guess politics and stuff and religion? Like you steer clear of that because
Yeah. Because that's just causes issues,
uh-huh.
right? If anyone's been around the Twitch community or the streaming community, there's certain topics you just don't talk about because no matter what the world we live in, there's going to be people that believe on both sides, right? And there's going to be a lot of people that unfortunately can't have a conversation and just like understand both sides of the
Yeah, but do you think it's harmful to your branding by not talk like do you think it harms you
it's
more that you
exactly
don't
the
talk
same
about
thing
it?
as the cursing thing. If you don't talk about it, it can hurt you. If you
Okay.
do talk about it, it can hurt you.
True.
So like why talk about it?
Okay.
It's a lose-lose, right? Like if you talk about it, yeah, you might have some people that are on your side, but then you're going to piss some people off. And then it just makes no sense. Some things are just better off just not talked about. And again, the community that you build and the branding and all these things, your community and your branding are pretty much go hand in hand, right? Because whatever they do represents you as well, right? But at the same time, it goes hand in hand.
How do you feel someone should brand themselves? Do you think that it's more beneficial for a person to keep themselves in one category for, say, tech, strictly tech videos only, or cooking, strictly cooking videos only? What do you think is the best way to brand yourself?
Well, I think it's finding your niche, right? So for instance, for us, it made sense and it works out best for us that we're doing a little bit of everything. Okay. But we also found success on TikTok pretty early. I think right now on TikTok, it'd be better to stick to one topic and try to like really work that niche. But it goes hand in hand with me saying this. For us, it works out better to do a lot of different things on one because it doesn't limit us, right? Where a channel just posts Call of Duty content, many funny reaction video to content on COD, or funny moments from the stream on COD, and it's just COD. There's only so much that content can do for you. When brands are looking for people to work with, they're like, okay, like what kind of content does this person make? Well, he only does COD, right? Do people actually know him? Like, do they trust his opinion? Do they, all these different things come into the conversation. But I believe when you look at our content, we are very open. People are, understand our everyday life, and they know that you enjoy cooking. They know I enjoy gaming. We do the content, we mix. I sometimes am in the kitchen, sometimes you're in the gaming room. And it's like that dynamic, that couple dynamic really works for us, but it also works for us better for like sponsorships and like ads and different things. Because again, when these companies reach out and they look at our analytics and they see that we have a large female audience that they want to maybe tap into, or it's a cooking appliances, or if it's different we've done so much with different like fast food and restaurants.
Yeah.
Those opportunities I don't think would have been as I wouldn't say as easy.
Prevalent.
It wouldn't be. It's a lot easier for us to get them than someone that's just posting Call of Duty content all the time. Because again, we're not limiting ourselves, but being that we're a couple and we're showing that, a lot of these brands would be like, oh, like they want to tap into that. And for a lot of other people, they can't because they just don't either have a significant other, they're only posting one type of content, right? It's just, it doesn't work for them. So for us personally, we try to keep it as broad as possible and make our content just more about us with a hint of tech and us with a hint of food and us with a hint of gaming. And it's more about us. The brand is us, not my Fortnite content, not my CSGO content.
Interesting. I get what you're saying.
It's us. So the brand is partnering and having us post the content, not, hey, can we just post this clip on your Instagram and have us not even associated just for our following?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. So what I take from this is that try not to limit yourself with the content that you do, because if you keep yourself in one niche, but you also said find your niche, so this is kind of contradicting
no, you. Might have to. There's still a way of finding your niche and still showing your personality. Your niche could still be Minecraft, but it needs to be you showing Minecraft, not Minecraft showing you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's you make your personality and you the forefront of your content, but then give the people what they want with their Minecraft. If that's what you're knowledgeable of, that's what you play all the time, whatever it may be. But if I was going to make a CSGO, like, yeah, I love playing CSGO right now. And
CSGO is fun as shit.
Yeah, Allie's been playing a lot of CSGO.
I'm so good at that thing if you put me on the right map.
Dude, I'm telling you, just got to play more and you'll understand the other maps. But what I'm saying is, so if I was going to make a post about CSGO, I would make it funny or like talk about CSGO cases or something about like have me doing that first and then it go into the content that like, oh, do you see the new smokes in CS2 or whatever it may be? Because it'll show my personality, it'll show that I stream, it'll show all these things, and then I give them the information.
Gotcha.
So it's just more about branding and giving more and more value to you as a person and that brand. And then I think the opportunities will start to come.
And for sponsorships, now, how would you say that we were discovered for sponsorships? How did people find us? How did they get in touch with us? What was the deal?
Well, I mean, for us, it all happened pretty quick because, I mean, we grew pretty quickly on TikTok. I mean, I don't think when we're talking about sponsorships, we're not talking about ads here, right? We're talking about sponsors.
I mean, I say let's talk about how brands reached out to us, found us. How did we give them the tools to find us? So we put our email in the bio.
We made an email.
Okay, yeah.
Right. We're gonna do something that fits our branding. It's not gonna be, you know, little Billy 569 at AOL.com and put that in your bio. It's not gonna happen. So we looked at what was working for us. The Danny and Allie TikTok was going well, and we were like, wait, we should probably put an email in here. So we made Team Danny Alley, right? A Gmail.
Danny Alley was taken. Danny Alley. Yeah. We didn't want any numbers in there. Danny Alley 1 was taken.
We eventually will probably link an email to our my website or something.
Yeah.
And it'll be like at dannybar.com or something. So we can make it whatever we want. But for the time being, Team Danny Alley at gmail.com. We decided to put that in our bio. And as we just grew on TikTok, emails just started to come, right? Because TikTok was hot. a lot of views, a lot of eyes. It just it was where a lot of brands were spending money.
Yeah, right now I don't think brands are spending a lot of money on
They're
TikTok.
definitely
Life
not.
is so uncertain for TikTok. So you do
Things
see the effects,
what?
like the effects of the economy, obviously.
Yes, but again, let's focus on
I am
sponsorships and
focused.
partnerships here. Um, but for us, it was just it made sense, and brands slowly but surely started to reach out, and they started to send us products. They started to, and again, at the time, we didn't know what we were doing. We're like, oh my God, free stuff. Yeah, send it to me. Great. And then it slowly turned into like, hey, we're going to pay you like a couple $100 to do this. And I was like, what? Really? That's cool. And then we were like, okay. And then as soon as I started to earn money, the first thing I did was make an LLC. It is so important. I can't express to you enough how important it is to have an LLC or like an S corp or whatever avenue you want to go down. But I would start with an LLC because it allows you, for tax purposes, no matter what the situation, there's a lot of things that can be written off for taxes.
Yeah.
And again, car branding and being smart and all that, you had to make an LLC. And it saved me a lot of money with a lot of my everyday expenses that I was paying for anyway that now can be written off.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless, once I started earning money, LLCs, a first part that I think everyone should do, especially when it comes to like building a brand and your branding and trying to earn money. And after that, we started to get more deals about partnerships, like real, like, hey, we want to be associated with you in whole. We'll pay you X amount of dollars, or we'll give you X amount of percent of products you sell using your code or whatever it may be.
Do you think branding changed the way that you act in public?
No, because I'm just me. I don't need to filter myself. For some people, maybe.
I need to filter myself.
You asked me, not you. I just am me no matter what. Well, and I know that's presentable, and I can just be me.
Well, by me saying I need to filter myself, it's not because I say like anything mean or bad. I just say like sometimes bad words a little bit.
I mean, cursing isn't a bad thing, and you don't say anything like derogatory or
no.
So I don't want people to think that. I don't. I think it's funny how you think you need to filter yourself because you don't. You don't.
You don't think so?
No, Allie. No, you don't. Like that.
I catch myself.
You're making people think you're worse than you are.
You said so. I'm some type of worse. You said you're making people think that you're worse than you are. So
yes, you're making people think you're worse than you really are. So you're
but
not
I'm some
bad.
type of worse.
You're not bad.
Okay, I'm not bad. So anyway, back to this whole branding thing. It is important to establish your branding and stick with the type of branding that you want to go for. Am I missing the mark here?
Yeah. Believe in the content you're making. Keep doing, try new things, take risks, try different content, show your personality in all of the posts that you make. Because at the end of the day, your person you are is your brand. At the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. You say something wrong, your brand's going to take a hit because you are the brand. Okay? And that's content creation. People want to be associated with you as a content creator. You as your brand. You and your brand are one and one. Boom. Something goes wrong with your brand, you don't look good. Something you don't look good, your brand don't look good. Same thing. Okay? So, me personally think you need to, it doesn't have to be your name. I think that was just the easy way for me to just like start branding myself, right? I'm happy with who I am.
But don't make it like ball sucker 4-5.
No, definitely not. Make it, something short, sweet, simple, memorable, right? I think that'll go farther than trying to be funny or
But I
anything
know
like
how
that.
you know how you just said like memorable. So does that mean you think your name is memorable?
No, but people know me as Danny or Bartok or, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Because someone did
It's a
think
lot better than XX dash Jiffy 69 dash XX.
is that someone from your chat?
No.
I'm just, just messing.
No, but like the whole X's and dashes and numbers for letters and it just, I don't know. It's not for me.
This is just a personal
It's
opinion.
a personal opinion. I think you need to figure out something that you can have on all social medias. And even when you're on Twitch, you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're on Discord, everything should be that name, because the more you have it in front of people, the more people remember it.
That's true, because people who come into your stream, if they have the same name on all platforms and I see them there, I go out of my way to
100%.
like, hey.
It's like, hey, I remember you from the TikTok comments. Or, hey, you know, like if I was commenting under Nick Merckx's comments under like Nick Merckx fan 24, you know, like he's not going to know who I am if I eventually pop in his chat and then he sees Danny Bartok. He wouldn't associate. How would you associate? You can't.
I love that.
But
you
like,
use that
what
as an
if he
example.
remembered Nick Merckx fan 24's comment and it really hit him home, and then you see him and you go in his Twitch chat and he's like, doesn't even. You can't put 1-1 together.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
So I'm not saying you do that to like creators, but I'm just saying in general, like if you're streaming on Twitch, I'm sure you spend time in other people's Twitch channels, right? There are people that do this completely the wrong way and sneakily say that, hey, well, thanks guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go stream. Like, first of all, it's a big no-no.
Hey, we don't need to get into the self-promo thing.
Well, I mean, it's called part of branding, isn't it?
I guess, you know what, that's true. That is bad for branding when you come in there and you're like,
Bad.
oh,
you think it's helping, but it's doing more hurt than help.
yeah, that's true.
Come follow my friend Little Jimmy on Twitch.
So
I'm like, look, dude, I didn't do that ever.
Let me give an example. Today I was on TikTok. There was this person who commented on HyperX, said something. They were like, hey, hit my DMs next on HyperX. And then on the next post, they comment, they're like, ew, wow, Danny has 5 monitors. You just asked HyperX to hit you up. The video was about HyperX giving us the 5 monitors and you're saying, ew? But like, it's
a little different because all these guys are just trolls. I would say TikTok comments are 80% trolls and just being annoying, right?
Well, I did go to their page and they're like aspiring to be a content creator and all this stuff, but
those guys take care of themselves.
I'm just thinking, how are you gonna leave like comments like that? And I feel like things like that affect your brands.
Yeah.
Your brand.
100%. It's all about how people respect you. They look up to you. You just gotta be the person you're supposed to be, right? If you're a shitty person, it'll come out one way or another. It does. That
is true.
It comes out, right? And so that's why I always told you, Allie, we just have to be ourselves. Like, we just have to just be honest and be ourselves, give our honest opinion on the stuff that we get sent to us, and we just continue to be ourselves and be honest. And I'm telling you, most people can't say they do that. So we have that on them already. Right? So that's just me, you know? And then I think that all of that just builds your brand and your reputation. And then it's just easier. And to be honest with you, we've been super fortunate with a lot of awesome opportunities, with a lot of really amazing companies and a lot of amazing restaurants and tech companies, and like there is definitely people with more followers and more
deserving, maybe
not necessarily deserving, because I do think we deserve it because we put the work in. But I think there's a lot bigger fish they could have reached out to, but
maybe our price was just low. But you know what I'm saying? There's so many things.
Yes, Allie, but let me try to get my point across here.
All right, you weenie, go.
I think we deserve the opportunities because of the people and the content we've been putting out and how consistently we put it and how we branded ourselves. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes. So we've
We've
I
had a
think we
lot more
strategically
opportunities than most people with accounts our size.
yes. But
And I don't think it's all luck. I don't.
but it wasn't I have to say, you're not saying it's all luck, but for me, I feel like it's luck because I didn't know what I was doing until I figured out that I got lucky and did the right
Allie,
things.
but even though you didn't know what you were doing, you were still doing the right thing. You were still putting in the effort. You're still putting in the time. You're still putting in the at the time you were doing like 5 posts like freaking day.
It was
right?
literally
So,
me just doing the things that I loved and sharing it and
but
not
again,
realizing
Allie,
that put us in
you're
a good
saying
spot.
that's lucky, but that's the effort you've put in to get where you're at now. It's not lucky. You didn't have nothing. You weren't doing nothing and walking down the road and you just stopped into a guy that said, "Here's my account with 1 million followers."
That would be nice.
Stay on track here, Hallie. Stay. I need you here. Okay.
here,
I
I'm
know
here,
we're getting
baby.
over COVID, but like we need you here. Okay.
I'm here.
So, but you put the work in and stop being modest. You
No.
put so much time and effort in and you got results out.
I'm not denying the work that I put in. I'm denying that I was strategic about how I did it to lead us up to this moment.
I was a little bit more strategic than you, yes. But that's why when you were like, "Hey, Danny, I want to make this post," I'm like, "No, we're not making that post."
And I was like, "You're no fun."
And I was like, "But no." And then you're like, "Fine. And
Earlier-
then you were like, "Oh, I want to make this post." It's like, "Good idea."
Yeah, no,
Good
earlier
idea.
when I wanted to make that sandwich post, you gave me a little stank eye like that post was ass. And then you were like, "Oh, I just had to cough." You totally lied.
No, I gotta like dance that line a little sometimes because I can't like shoot down like no one wants to know that you're like reorganized your sandwiches from
Yes. Do you
Publix.
not know that subs people have? You don't know because you don't like food like that. But I just had the longest conversation with people about last night how subs need to be made. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, it needs to be made this way." But I like to share my food aspects, and I think that you need to loosen up.
But I do.
But not without a stank
I
face.
recorded it.
Yeah, but you gave a stank
just
face.
because I may not believe that the post is gonna do well. The ones I really don't want to do, the ones I don't even record, right? But I recorded it. You can post it.
You
I never
recorded
said-
it with a stank face, and every time I go to edit it, I think of your stanky face.
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Anyway, let's get back to the whole topic. Don't brand yourself as a cartoon. Don't necessarily limit yourself, but find your niche and be yourself so that people aren't disappointed with.
Show your personality in every single post that you make. Every single one.
Every single one.
Because that is what allows people to follow you, right? You might teach them something, but they're not going to follow you because you teach them something.
That's
They're
not
not.
true. I follow people because they teach me something. I'm trying to be like
Allie,
literally.
I'm trying here, baby girl. I am trying. I am trying here. Like, look, I'm trying.
No, but to say that you're not going to follow someone because they teach you something, that's not fair. I think people
I'm not
are more
saying everybody, okay? Obviously, you're an exception in a lot of situations, okay? You're an exception in a lot of people's situations. I'm going to say, if someone says, you know, like that one guy that shows you all the little hacks with like the different tools that you have in your toolbox and all these different things. I didn't follow him yet, but I still get all his content on my For You page. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know him yet, so I'm not going to follow him. That's just me. Like, he could be a complete dickhead. I have no idea.
Okay.
So like, I'm not going to follow him yet. So like, I'm just saying, the more you put your personality out there, the more people can actually get to know you for you, and they'll feel more comfortable about following, and then eventually coming to your Twitch channel.
That was a good point.
Like, at the end of the day, people spend their free time on Twitch, right? I like spending it watching like Nick Merckx, who's very competitive. He's a very competitive gamer. He's always very like, he's funny. He's, you know, whatever it may be. Those are the things that I look into it for in a streamer, right? Some people want just to hang out with a friend, okay? And as long as you put yourself out there, like I think we have, and I think a lot of people that end up following us, that's coming to my stream every day, just like us for us. The same way I like Nick Merckx for who Nick Merckx is, okay? So, yeah, it's not on the biggest, the big scale like Nick Merckx, but at the same time, we have people that love us, that care about us every single day. They enjoy our content. And those are the people that want to spend more time with us on our Twitch channel. And you can't just go live on Twitch and grow. It doesn't work. It's non-discoverable platform. It's just not. So you build your brand on social media. Allie's laughing because she wants to say something. But what about this? What about this? But I'm telling you, that's how you do it. That's the easiest way to do it nowadays on Twitch and on TikTok.
Yeah.
People want to, you let them into your lives. You let them into your personality, your setup, your everything, and see where it goes.
Yeah, I did ask people why they stay, and they said they stay because they like us, so that's pretty cool.
Telling you. But, you know, you got guys that want to try this for 3 weeks, and, oh my God, didn't work. Like, I had someone stop into my stream, like, I would say about 2 months ago at this point, but it still digs in there. I got so angry because he goes, hey, like, I took your advice. I started posting content, but doing it, and like I got no results. Oh, that's weird. Like I remember you for like 3 weeks ago. Like, you mean like you've been posting for 3 weeks and you haven't seen success? Oh yeah, dude. And then I was like, dude, like I posted for 3 years and got no results. But I changed it up. I tried different kind of posts, different, you know. And then we've finally figured out what worked for us, right? But these people think it's just an overnight success, and it's not. Building a brand takes years to like get like people to be, you know, oh, that's Danny Bartok, or oh, that's Nick Merckx.
Why don't you ever say, oh, that's Allie?
Because her name is Danny and Allie, right?
Yeah.
So,
but you keep saying Danny. Oh, that's Danny Bartok. You never say, oh, that's Allie.
It's true, because no one would know your name, so that's why I didn't want to say it. So Danny and Allie, it's the same thing, right? You build your time over, so that's why we become somewhat recognizable. Like we get stopped occasionally, which again we're super grateful for, and it just still shocks us.
Yeah, you know what? Don't do this shit. If you see me in the store, don't whisper about me. Say hi.
Yeah.
Whispering scares the fuck out of me. I don't know if you're going to jump us.
Allie, the other time, we went to Micro Center a bunch before we left New Jersey. And then, like, we would go, right? And we would come back home and we would post a couple TikToks that we made there. And then in the comments, like, hey, I saw you there. And I'm like, that's weird, because then you were looking at us and then you didn't say hi. And, like, now we have, like, people. And then we're like, is there.
Yeah, because we were in Target and we hear these people, like, whispering. They're looking at us and I'm like, Danny, what the fuck are they going to do? Are they going to jump us? Are they gonna come out? And he's like, I think they might recognize us. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, they kept looking at us and
just
like
yeah. We're like, and we're like, fuck, this is the end. So we just dipped. We got out of there and we're like, that was freaky. They never ended up saying anything. We could have, I don't know, maybe had toilet paper or poop on the back of our pants, something, but.
Allie, where are you coming with this stuff?
In my head.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, so
this has been a very weird podcast. Very strange. But, you know,
I think we got our point across.
But sometimes strange is good. I think me and Allie together, sometimes, you know, we can completely disagree on something, but we can completely agree on something at the same time, right?
We could disagree, but be respectful.
Yes. But I think these conversations, this kind of back and forth conversation and showing how crazy me and her can be sometimes, I think adds sometimes what people like. I don't know.
Well, it also, this is helping me like therapy wise, because I'm getting things. I've been always wanting to speak my mind and never felt like I had a place to do so. And this is great because we can.
She speaks her mind.
Shut up, Danny. Because we could also help people while giving them some of the knowledge that we learned along the way. And
Yes.
also, I don't have to complain to Danny as much at like 3 a.m. and he wants to go to bed. And I'm like, do you want to talk? Want to talk?
So at the end, right, I think branding is what you want it to be, but you have to be consistent and you have to show your personality. I think kind of with any brand, right? Any brand that we've worked with, I really do like when, like Power GPU, for example, love the brand, love their computers. Really a blessing to be able to work with them. The one thing that I really do like about their content, not only do they stream their builds but like they not only build stream their builds, but they stream their company barbecues and their basketball games, and you get people to know the people that are building their computers. Now it's not getting built by some random dude. It's getting built by your friend that you've watched and get to know every single day. You know?
Yeah.
So like, and their content on TikTok and Twitter. The Twitter is great. Whoever's running their Twitter account is amazing.
Yeah, and they need a raise.
Yeah, well, because it's just funny, good content all the time and personable, and they're so like on top of customer service. And again, building your brand, right? They wanted to have amazing customer service, and they do that. And guess what? It works because people keep coming back, right? People that make the mistake of going somewhere else and getting their computer built end up coming to Power GPU to get it fixed or optimized because they're those guys. Yeah. They are. So, but again, it's how you build the brand. It's letting people into your lives, letting them behind closed doors. If you're a business that makes something, if it's clothing, candles, whatever it may be, it's letting them in behind the scenes, how it's made, the process. And then once they like how that's being done, they're more inclined to either purchase or to be a part of your journey or anything like that. But
that's true. Hold on, because now people use HyperX because they like us as friends and they trusted us to buy those HyperX products, and they want to support us. So they like us.
Yeah. So now, but that's what brands reach out to people for, that have this, hate using the word, influence, right, over their audience, that they care about them and they want to support them, right?
Has anyone ever asked you what's your job and you're like, oh, I'm an influencer? Did you ever say that?
Yeah, ever. That's like a no-go for me. No shot. But yeah, so like that's what brands look for, right? And I think our content does that. And I think people trust us, right? So that's where I think the HyperX deal comes from. I think Power GPU, all of these different brands that we work with, I think see that in our audience. And, when we post about something, a lot of people do end up showing up and purchasing and purchasing not only just to get themselves something cool, but to support us at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's really important. And once you get to that stage, it's really important to protect yourself and making sure you're not getting taken advantage of either, because there's a lot of brands out there that we no longer work with.
Different topic.
But there's a lot of brands that we parted ways with that are built on a structure that they just suck people's communities dry. It just, they use that association and just pushing content down near their audience's throats, and then until that is your brand.
Yeah. Also with branding though, you have to make sure that when you're branding yourself, don't brand yourself with the wrong brand, because then that fucks up your brand.
Yes. So there's a lot of, there's opportunities that me and Allie have turned down that were just from companies that we don't like.
But there were some that we did like, but they had a scandal going on and we're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. but yeah, so there's it comes to a point where you have to really look at it as an opportunity, but you have to look at an opportunity if it's going to hurt or help your brand, right? Associating my brand with a company like HyperX is only a positive. Like, that company has been established. you pay for what you get. You pay for less than what you actually get, because I truly think HyperX has one of the best competitive prices in the market of
No
any
doubt,
kind
yeah.
of tech, and the quality is right there with all of the best of the brands.
I love HyperX.
They have changed our lives, and I don't say that like easily, but they really have, and I'm very excited to continue working with them if I have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
But they are amazing. I think having someone like a brand like that makes my job easier, because I loved them before I was partnered with them.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have the opportunity of working with brands and companies that you use on an everyday basis anyway, content becomes natural.
Yeah, but there's also brands that we loved beforehand that we partnered with that we ended up not liking the way that the brand
Because
worked and treated people.
I then learned how all the process worked behind closed doors, and I was like, the product's nice, but like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm just not. And we ended up parting ways.
There's a
But
point where you have to figure out that money is not more important than your brand, because if you mess up your brand, the money stops coming in.
I can't agree more.
Nice doing business with you.
But yeah, so things like that, there's a lot of, as a small creators that are just starting into it, there's a lot of, I'm not going to say pyramid schemes, because that's just wrong.
No, there really is, though.
But like, it's kind of like that. It's like, hey, we'll give you a code. And then I don't necessarily believe in those.
We have to talk about that, how brands come in and grab. That's a new podcast, but
that is, but like, you got to be careful, because there are a lot of partnerships like that. When I first signed for HyperX, there's a lot of people that came in our comments were like, dude, I can sign up for that partnership too. I'm like, whoa, dude, this is completely different. They pay us monthly to be a part of their HyperX partnership team. Like, that's completely different. And there's a start. You could eventually get to a point where they would sign you as a partner, but you have to go through like these like 8 tiers of stuff. But like, I know Corsair has one like that. I know there's a lot of different ones like that. Just stay away. If they're not paying you to put their logo on your stream, don't put it on your stream. It's just, you have to hold your worth. If you're going to do those, perfect example actually is Micro Center. For us, it was something we just enjoyed doing, right? We loved going there. We loved spending time. It was great content for us. The TikToks were going really well on our account. People would love to be at a Micro Center, but there was only a certain amount of locations around the country. So we started making content in these, because we were only like 45 minutes away from one.
yeah.
So we took weekend trips to this store, and we were posting a bunch of content. And then it turned into an opportunity for us, because not too many people had this opportunity of going to the store.
Yeah, like, it's okay to post about brands and stuff, even if they're not paying you, because it does lead to opportunities. Don't be the type of people who are like, I'm not going to post unless it's sponsored.
Because when I first started, I was like, why would Micro Center eventually pay us to make posts if
They don't know
we're giving them that already for free? But then they really started to like our posts, and then they were like, hey, we would love to push this this new something. And I'm like, okay, cool.
And the only reason,
for it.
but the only reason we kept that relationship is because they actually like us and our enthusiasm for that company.
So then the person, our point of contact at Micro Center, was like, dude, I love your content, right? And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, if they like us, they care about us, they like our because we genuinely love Micro Center.
Yeah.
Our content when we're there is easy to make. It's not like oh my God, I gotta go here and make this and like put a smile on. No, every time I go in that spot,
I love the Micro Center.
I love it.
But don't be a post snob and not post because a brand's not paying you. There's opportunities that can come from it. And I know people like strongly disagree with me, but I don't think so, because we have
there's
posted
brands all the time, Allie, that see like these people that do a review on mouses and stuff online, and then next thing you know, I see that same person do another review on a different mouse that is a paid.
I got a sponsor
it's like
from the
they
Hilton.
want their name, yeah.
I got a sponsor from the Hilton because I posted about our experience at the Hilton. I was like, yeah, that's great. Like, I had a great time.
And then they reach
partnership.
out, boom. And then it wasn't the first one, but they like really saw that the first video went well, and they're like, these people get a good response when they post about our hotel. So they're like, let's pay them again. Let's send them somewhere. Pay for their stay. We pay them for the TikTok. And again, the first one was free.
Yeah. We
just did it because we loved it. We didn't post it because like, oh, hopefully we would get the next one would be paid. No.
Yeah, the only thing I'm against is that accepting free products in exchange for like good words. Like, Big, send me the product and we'll post about it if we want to, if we think it's good enough.
Yeah.
I would hold your ground strong on that.
Yeah, we I think are an exception to a lot of that. We don't accept a lot of those products that if you're trying to tell me, I'm not going to say any names, but ice cream
Yeah.
company reached out and were like, hey, we're going to send you ice cream. Can you make a post, taste it, say it's the best ice cream you ever had in
What
your
if
life?
that ice cream's ass?
And I'm like, no. They're like, wait, what? Why? Like, we're going to pay you. I'm like, no. I would appreciate you sending me a product. I would love to review it and try it. But I'm going to tell people if it's good or bad. If you can't stand behind your product and say that it's going to be good enough ice cream for me to get a good review, don't send it to me.
Yeah, because we can respectfully say that we don't like something, and you're allowed to not like things.
Nothing makes me want to do something more. Like if then a brand reaches out and says, hey, we're going to send you this.
Let me know what you think.
Let me know what you think. Post about it if you want to. I will most of the time say, sure, send it to me. I'll try it. And if I like it, I post about it. If I don't like it, I won't post about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to, they took the risk of sending it to me and trying it, right? And if like my friends or someone asked me about it on Twitch or something, I'd be like, yeah, it was okay, whatever. But I'm not going to like just expose it to the TikTok. They offered it a free opportunity. I'll send you the product. You test it and see if you like it.
Yeah.
Sure. I would love to. Because that brand is standing behind their product. Branding.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Ooh, that's a great way to end this segment. You said branding.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right? That company believes in the product they make. They want me to try it. They send it to me for free. If I like it. If I don't post about it. They believe in the product.
Say it again.
Branding.
That was great.
No, but it's true. And I think a lot of people underestimate how important branding really is. That helps grow your more opportunity, more money that you can possibly make. Stronger the brand, the harder it is for someone to say no to you.
And that's on
Branding. But any other things you want to talk about?
Nope. I just had a great time talking about
Branding. So
get me off this podcast. I'm done.
So, friendly reminder, thank you guys, everyone, for watching. Please leave comments if you are listening to this and you've made it this far. Thank you very, very much for this.
And I hope that we helped you with your branding. Oh, you got to go to your meeting.
My meeting. So that was perfect. You know what? Perfect.
And now Danny's off to a meeting about branding.
No, it's actually a HyperX meeting.
It's not funny.
We meet like every other week and just talk about things to come, different stuff. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, we know about new products that we can't tell you guys, suckers.
Yeah. So we're very excited. But yeah, I'm gonna get off. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys want to come hang out on either of our Twitch channels, it is Danny and Allie for Allie's, Danny Bartok for mine. And again, thank you guys for spending time here on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this podcast. And
good luck with your
branding. And if you have any questions, just let us know. All right.
Bye, guys.
See ya.